morning, welcome to Hughes by OC Arts to Artists. My name is Alexis, and I'm sitting here with the lovely
Karen Terry.
She's presenting her artworks, and she is amazing. She's going to tell us about herself, she's going to tell us her background, and anything else she feels we need to know.
And my exhibit is Cosmologies from the Tree of Life. And a little bit about myself. I grew up in South Jamaica, Queens, New York, and I got to give them a shout out because they have produced a lot of artists came out of that area, music artists, and very proud of that area. I attended school for the performing arts there, and my concentration was on theater, and I currently work in theater and live theater now. My art is mixed media and sculpture, and I'm not just in one particular box. Wherever my creativity leads me, that's what I use. So I don't like to be boxed in.
Okay, so I'm also from New York.
Okay.
So generationally. So my grandma's in Brooklyn.
Okay.
Or my grandparents rather. On my mother's side, my father's side, they were in Queens.
That's me, Queen.
Okay, St. Albans.
Yes.
Okay,
yes.
okay. And then growing up, they got married and I lived in Long Island.
Okay.
But I'm very familiar with the boroughs and also Manhattan because you know how that is. We always were there because that's where they still at. So
Right.
I really appreciate you sounding that out. I know my mother and my family really appreciate you because we know New York is very influential in the creative department and has produced a lot of fine art and fine artists. So I'm very, very, very excited about you being here. I actually would love to know how you even got here.
Well, my family is originally from Virginia.
Oh, okay.
My mother's from the Mid County area, and my dad is from Mecklenburg County.
Oh.
So once everyone started to migrate back down, I just came to well over 30 years ago. So I came down too. But we always did trips during the year. I would say my parents came down maybe 4 or 5 times a year, maybe more, because their parents were here a lot. So
did that have any impact on how you felt?
Yes, it did. Because in New York, your dad didn't have the freedom to do a lot of running around,
Right.
Even though I was in the Berks, Queens, but it still was different. It still was different, and I love front porches, and I do have a collection called the Front Porch Collection, which is in this show as well. And I love a front porch, and it was nothing no better than to sit on the front porch and watch the long summer day turn to evening. When everybody would gather on the porches and tell stories and laugh and have a good time during the summer, or just sit on the porch during a storm.
Yes. It's like a familial, but also like a peaceful. It is something different about here.
Right.
Yeah.
So it was different, and so most of my work, like I said, I don't put myself in a box, but it does reflect those childhood memories and my elders and ancestors.
Yes.
So a lot of my work reflects that, and I just recently started incorporating, a little bit of the city with brick walls in it. So that's in the exhibit as well.
Oh, wow.
So that's where my influence comes. But in 3rd grade, when I finally realized that, I come to realize that I was an artist. We had a 3rd grade trip to the New York Metropolitan Museum of Art. And I was so taken by the paintings Sunday in the Park that my class had moved on to the next section, and I was still standing there, and it was pointillism. And I was still standing there, just in awe of that piece. It seemed like it was so huge and just beautiful, and like I just stepped into it. It was at the park and kind of lost myself, and I had to run and catch up with my class. But after that trip, and I'm going to tell how old I am, I would get the encyclopedias that we had at home, and I would go to the painting section and just look through and look at the works of all the masters. And I would just sit, and the funny thing is I would sit in our hall closet, which had a light on it, and I guess that's part of me being artsy, but I would just go in there where I was alone and look at all the pictures of the paintings. And it went from that to watching Bob Ross, which a lot of
that everybody knows. Bob, if you loved art, you know Bob Ross.
Yeah, relate. So I would watch Bob Ross, and I knew that, I don't know, I knew that I was an artist. And I started by painting on eggs, drawing on eggs in the refrigerator with pencil.
How interesting.
I
Around 8.
Yeah, drawing on eggs, and I went from that to the side of the refrigerator. And my parents never knew what scene was going to be on the refrigerator when they got up the next morning, so they would leave it up for a few days. And then my dad started buying me like a dozen eggs just to draw on, because he said he couldn't. And I used pencil. So my parents were very supportive, and my dad was a sponsor of my dreams, because after that he made sure that I had an endless supply of paints and canvas.
That's so beautiful. So you have Uncle Hubert piece that you have in there?
Yes, it's called the Hubert series.
Okay.
And my father's oldest brother was named Hubert, and he lived in Baltimore, where they still kept the steps white. They would scrub the steps, and he lived in Baltimore. And my dad we would go see him on the weekend, maybe every other Sunday. We would ride down and check on him. And Hubert kind of he lived in the neighborhood, everyone knew him. And if he had moved between trips, all he had to do is go and ask somebody on the street, do you know where Hubert is? So everybody knew Hubert. But growing up, before he moved to Baltimore, as a little girl, he used to play the guitar. I don't know how Hubert got a guitar, but he used to play the guitar, and he lived with my grandparents, and I never knew what he was playing, but he would strum on the guitar. And Hubert had 2 daughters, and their story is kind of a very sad story, because their mom died when they were young. And one daughter went to one side of the family, and another daughter went to the other side of the family. So I do have Hubert's daughter in the collection. It's sort of like, to me, it's keeping them together.
That's
It's sort of like keeping the family together, even though in real life they weren't kept together.
That's beautiful.
Yes, and I added a son for you, because he never had a son. So if Hubert had a son, is in the series as well. So
That is
that's my Uncle Hubert, who played the guitar, who was an artist and a free spirit.
And probably help inspire you.
Yes.
I mean, it's clearly touching. Just hearing you talk about it makes me want to go check it out. So I want to see what impact did Uncle Hubert have on you.
Yes, my dad would drive from Queens down to Baltimore to visit with him.
That is beautiful.
Yeah, to make sure he was doing okay.
So
and he was a free spirit.
was that part of like some of the feeling that you have when you be creating like some of the front porch? Like it just seems like it's a very common thing there of love.
Yes.
And just your experiences and your
Definitely.
ability to interpret it into these
And keeping
pieces.
people's memories right, their essence, just kind of keeping them here with us, their essence, and keeping their memories alive. And I do have a piece called On Isabel's Wall that I would like everybody to check out. My paternal grandmother had a sister named Isabel. And now my grandmother wasn't a cook. She was a woman that was ahead of her time. And she was not in the kitchen during that time cook. She would go to the beauty parlor, go shopping, that type of thing, and go out to eat. But Isabel was a real homemaker type of person. And her and Uncle Floyd had a room in their house. Well, most of the rooms, especially the rooms that they spent a lot of time in, were covered with newspaper. And anybody that knows, back in the day, people would cover the rooms with newspaper. So their rooms were covered with newspaper from the ceiling on down to the floor. So that piece is called On Isabel's Wall. And I have some other pieces with it. It's a dimensional piece. It has shelves. It's the largest piece in my exhibit, and it has shelves, and it has vintage things on the shelf, like big salves and snuff on the shelves, and a fan, and it has a Martin Luther King Jr. plate on it. So please check that out. You know, that piece is very dear to me because a lot of fond memories were made in that room and discussions that my Aunt Isabel had with her and Uncle Floyd, with us together. And I just remember even my grandmother told the story that how they would use the Sunday paper and put on the walls because it was colorful. So we would also use the Sunday paper. So that piece has actual newspaper of the Kennedy assassination on it. The MLK assassination is on that piece. Actual vintage paper. Yes. The actual newspaper. Mm-hmm.
And that's what I love about art. Mm-hmm. It's always something unique. That's why hearing you explain it is so, it makes me want to get up and go look at it right now.
Oh.
Because I'm excited. Everything you said, it takes me, I want to see through the vision. I want to see what your experience was. When can people come see this wonderful collection?
The opening reception is May 7th from 5 to 7. I'm excited.
Are you going to be there? So
I will definitely be here, and I want to meet everyone. I will definitely be here, and I'm just excited because, you know, this just the way things happen for me in my life, just goes to show that dreams come true and things happen. That day I visited the Met, I never thought that I would have a piece of artwork in the Met, which I did in 2019. Many years later, I was a part of an exhibit with the Met called the Souls Grown Deep Foundation. So I was a part of it, an exhibit with them. And then now, coming back home, you know, because there are Terrys here in Halifax County. There are Terrys here. So it's like coming back home. You know, that was the beginning, and now I'm coming back home with with this exhibit here, and I'm just so excited.
Yes.
So excited. So it just shows you that, you know, dreams do come true.
Yes.
You know.
How full circle.
Yes.
That is so, that's so powerful. I mean, we know the museum, okay? I mean, and it's like, you being, you know, wow, I just knowing that you had your piece there, I'm sitting here like,
Never thought as a child that I would have worked.
That is
that.
a dream.
Yes. It was.
And then being able to come back to your roots and bring your experience here and showcase it to the community. That is amazing.
Thank you. And I do want to say that a couple of pieces in there are part of my film, The First 20. They went to the Tribeca Film Festival in New York in 2023. So two of the pieces there are pictures taken from that film, The First 20.
This collection is amazing. I'm just like, you have that in there too. This collection is how long is this collection going to be available?
This is till May 23rd, I believe. Okay. May 23rd.
Okay.
23rd.
So at the prize read at any point between May 7th and May 23rd, you'll be able to come and see. Will you be available only on the May 7th?
I will be back and forth.
Okay.
I will be back and forth.
Wow.
But you know, I really want to meet everyone. I hope you come out to the reception, and so that I can talk with you, you know, about the pieces, any questions that you have, because this show will reflects my life.
That is beautiful. I mean, I can't wait to see it. I mean, this is not only is this a intimate life that you're sharing with us, but it's a successful life. I mean, you have accomplished many things. Like you casually say things, oh, then you got this, and then it's like, what?
That's part of being an artist. So
that's
you don't look at it as it's just doing
with your passion,
what your passion, doing what you do, what your you know what comes on to my heart, and it's just putting. I don't look at it that way.
Right.
You know, maybe if I sat down and wrote everything down on paper, then but I still don't look at it as like that.
It's just,
you know.
Being in your passion, being generous with it, allowing everyone else to be experiencing this, allowing us to come in here and just sitting up here and letting us be able to have access to your moments and your memories and your successes and your experiences. And I'm just like, just sitting here talking to you, I love it because I don't know you, but I'm gonna get to know you in the best way. You know, without having to sit here and just you tell me everything about your life, I can go here and I can see what your experience was and what you want us to see. And I'm very thankful for that. Thank you.
Well, I am very thankful for the prize for having me. It's an honor. I'm very excited.
Please come down see her amazing works. I'm gonna go check it out. And you know, on May 7th, she's gonna be available. You come talk to her. She said she'll be in and out. Maybe you can catch her, but if you really want to, you want to talk to this lady. She's amazing. She smells great. Very talented, gorgeous. If you want to come and talk to her and get your own experience, May 7th from 5 to 7.
5 to 7 right here.
At the Chrysler.
I'm excited.